What is up, you guys? I'm back again with another video. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas. I didn't get to do this. I was gone for 2 weeks. I was in Las Vegas and I had a very fun time, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the figure. Yes, I am very, very late on this review because there's already like hundreds of people that have done it, but it's my version. I am very lucky to have found this figure because me and my family were walking through an indoor swap meet and there's a toy store. So I walked in, there's some Godzilla stuff on the shelf, and then my dad pointed this out because he knew I like S.H MonsterArts, and I looked at it and my jaw dropped. I never thought I would find or even have one of these in my life. I was very lucky to have gotten it. The original price tag was like $280 or something. I suppose the guy, well, obviously he hadn't sold it because, well, no one wants to pay $280 for a figure. So he brought it down to $190. And yes, that is still pretty expensive, but for how rare these things are now, it's not a bad deal. But I'm really glad to have found this figure because it is so much better than my custom MonsterArts. This one right here. Yes, I do like the paint job on this one that I did, but this one is authentic and it's too rare for me to want to mess with. The only thing I really messed with was I redid the claw colors because I had painted them to match the dry brushing on this one. So I painted it back to normal color so it kind of matches with this one. And I'm probably going to keep these hands on most of the time because these look really cool with this one. Let's get into the box design because I do really like the box. Yes, it's just a box, but I like all the blues and it looks like a poster. Big Godzilla right there. Got a nice window of the figure, the Tamashi tags and stuff. I really like this blue. It's cool. I like this side. This looks really cool, like a foggy blue, but the box did have a little mess up. That was not me. It was like that when I bought it. The back side, just some promo pictures. This, you can actually do this. I really like that. That is something you could never do with any other figure. Almost the same picture. It would have been cool if they moved this like a little bit to the left so it looks like he's spitting it out, but it is what it is. Still looks cool either way. It's not much for the box, just regular Tamashi packaging. Oh shit. The regular default hands that we've gotten on every other Godzilla figure, legendary. These look cool on it, but I really do prefer these hands. The beam accessory, it's pretty cool. I have one just like it almost, but I think I've painted it so many times where it just like lost its beauty. I really like the clear blue on this. It is beautiful. They did overdo it a little bit with the silver up here, but that's nothing paint remover can't fix. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before. The end just attaches into the jaw like so. I had it earlier. Alright. Come on. There you go. That should do it. Here you can see, focus please. You can see here that the silver kind of throws it off. It doesn't match the color. But again, paint remover can fix that. This is a replacement jaw. You take off this one, plug it in there, which I will demonstrate later. And I really wish my camera can just be normal for a little bit. Thank you. Put this aside for later. And we will be doing like full comparisons later. Let's get into the details on this, because we got this before on the 2021, but I do like the head on this one a lot more. It looks a lot more accurate. Body's the same paint. Well, not really the same paint, because 2021 obviously had the glowing spikes. It is very plain, just a tiny bit of dry brushing on the chest, but for how plain it is, it really does the job. And I really like that. The paint on the head, though, is pretty damn nice. The eyes, just pull this off real quick. Shit. Oh, come on. There we go. You can see the eyes are very, very, very small. But for how small they are, I think they did a pretty damn good job. The mouth is just kind of bloody colors. It's a darker shade of red for the first layer, and then I think they dry brush some lighter red. Teeth is just like a streak of white, but for how simple it is, it's pretty damn good. I might just be saying this because it's super expensive and I'm glad I got it, but personally, it's a really good figure. I have not had a lot of articulation problems on this guy, except for over here. Here. For some reason, those seem to be a big issue on legendary Godzilla figures. Over here, it kept popping off very consistently. Over here, it popped off like twice. Do not force the damn thing. And that part is a pain in the ass to get back on. This one was just not staying on, so I just ended up having to super glue it. There wasn't a lot of movement in that area anyway, so it does hold a pose better than the 2021 though. Because if you try to lift up this one's tail the same way, you lift it up like that and it flops. It's not that great. Because you can't rely on $1 million company for a good figure. I would like this to match my custom glowing Godzilla, but I'm not risking painting that and messing it up because how expensive this is and how hard it was to get. Well, it wasn't really hard, but it's going to be hard to replace it. Let's get into the articulation. Nothing we haven't seen before. Head is on a ball joint. It is a lot smoother than the 2021 actually, because in this area you had to like force it back and force it down, but this you just move it and it was very smooth, and I find that very satisfying. I really like that. Look. Only the head moves on this part. You have to force it back and force it down. I really like this. Excuse my dad noises in the back. A very fluent neck movement. You can look straight up so you can recreate the pose in the movie. Ab crunch isn't that great. Anyways, moves pretty decently. I do not want to move this too much because the last time I did that, it fell off and it was a pain in the ass to get back in. Leg movement isn't something we haven't seen already. Knee. It does get a little bit gappy, but you can always move the kneecap piece, swivel. You can rock it a little bit, not that much, but it does the job. Sorry. There you go. At least you have to force that a little bit to do that. Let's just test it on this side because I'm not doing that with the other side now. They're a little bit tight. Maybe it's just mine, but on mine you can't do a full 360 degrees. But why would you need to do that anyway? The elbow joint is a lot smoother and more fluent than the other one. Also the wrist joint. It's really it. So now we are going to be demonstrating this and get into the comparison. Alright, so for this, you want to open it as much as you can, just wiggle a little bit, and then once it's loose, you just grab it by the back and pull it off. It's pretty simple. When you're inserting the jaw, make sure the ball joint is straight. Get in the flush in it, and there we go. Is that in all the way? Yeah, it is. Alright. Slots in. That makes the end piece. And then you just plug this in. There you go. Easy. It is a little bit heavy though, so it does weigh down the neck. It is pretty cool though, because it can hold a pose. Only at certain spots. Let's test that thing where you make it look straight up. It does look up pretty good, but you do have to like reposition the legs and stuff to do that, which isn't that big of a deal. Just think it's kind of a turn off. Almost. Pretty much got it. Pretty straightforward process. Pull it back out. Plug this piece back in. Make sure the ball is straight. Kind of align it a little bit. Ow. There you go. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit to get this back in. Alright, I got the jaw piece back in. Now that we got that in, let's take a look at the atomic breath pieces. This is the one that I got from my 2014 Spitfire version. It looked almost identical to this, just a lighter blue, like kind of a turquoise. I painted it quite a bit and now it looks pretty damn ugly. Which was pretty stupid move of me. I like how this is like translucent. It doesn't even look like it's glowing, it just looks like jelly, and I kind of like it. I don't know why, but it's cool. I probably won't be using this jaw very much, because for as little time as it would probably get on the screen, it's not worth taking it out, plugging it back in, and then taking it out and plugging it back in again. I'd probably just open the mouth and just stick this in there real quick. Like that. Does this job just fine. But that's just me though. I think it's pretty cool. Like if you were just displaying it by itself, that'd be pretty neat. But there's not really much that I could say about the beams. Same exact sculpt, just different paint. Alright, into the comparison. This is not the original head that came with this figure. I bought this custom. The paint came almost exactly the same. This was the 2021 version. So same skin coloring, just different color spines. Painted it all the same color, dry brushed it a little bit. I think I might have overdone it a little bit. Not a huge fan of this head, actually. Looking at this figure's head now, this one is not very accurate. Like, at all. It looks kind of like an alligator. I did make custom overlapping pieces right here, which I am not very happy with. I was trying to make it look like the Haya, but can't replicate something plastic with clay. So I'm not really sure what to do with this guy. But who cares? This guy's here. We love him. That's pretty much it. Other than size comparison, which we don't really need because you guys have seen this almost exact figure standing with Mecha Godzilla and Kong. I am really excited to get this figure into some stop motions. It's a very great figure. I'm so happy to have it. They do get pretty pricey on eBay. I've seen some for going like $300. So careful where you're buying it from, if you can even find somewhere to buy it. But if you do miraculously find it somewhere, get it. It's worth it. That's pretty much it. Happy New Year's. My God. Happy New Year's. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all the support that you've given me this past year. And I will see you all. I'll see you all in the next video.